Welcome back to The Walk with me, Mercy Munyange. So in this episode, we seek to be able to observe as an employee when the tide or the work situation is not going on very well. How are you able to leverage on the situation at work to enable you make a decisive decision as to whether to move jobs, move departments, or entirely learn how to lie low like an envelope until the tide passes? So according to the author, John Naisbitt, he said that the most reliable way to forecast the future is to try to understand the present. Foretelling is the ability to predict the future or a future event. This is a gift, where one is able to identify with their current environment, align to where they desire to be, then work towards getting to where they want to be. So why is this important? It is important to observe and understand your present environment, as it gives you a better understanding of what is taking place, and you're able to review your personal situation and make informed decisions to change your career. So many of us at our present workplaces, there is a lot of organizational changes. And out of these changes, there comes in pressure, be it pressure for more revenue to grow the business, be it pressure to acquire new customers. Is it pressure to retain and get value from your existing customers? Now, because of the organizational changes, there's usually pressure that often seeks to push us to bring out the best in us and in our careers. Here are some of the steps one can watch out for when there is a tide at the workplace, and generally use this situation to plunge themselves forward into their career. Number 1 is to observe keenly. Number 2 is to understand the impact it has on you as an individual. Number 3 is to develop an exit strategy. And number 4 is to execute. Number 5 is to jump ship. Let me take us through these steps, which are not particularly in any order. Number 1. Observe keenly. So at the workplace, people are always talking. In the corridors, outside the corridors, on different platforms. Put your ear to the ground and listen in. Get to know what the management is saying. Do not just be the peddler of information. Use it to your advantage. Number 2, understand the impact it has on you as an individual. So, do your homework. Based on the rumor mills, is your role likely to be affected or not? I always say research, research, research. Go asking your manager whether your role will be impacted. Understand why the organization is taking the approach they're taking at any particular time. And will these organizational changes impact you as an individual? Then from it, you go to number 3, which is develop an exit strategy. So what is your exit strategy? Not only exit strategy, but what is your strategy overall? Is your organization big enough that you can get roles internally, that you may begin to apply for these roles and then leave your current organizational structure into a different structure, or that you may look externally for roles available? So why is this important? Intrinsically, you have to look at your career first. Where do you want to be? And does the organizational changes align to your career goals? Then out of it, make an informed exit strategy. And then number 4 is execute. Once you're clear on your direction, move. Having made sound decisions and understanding of its impact. See, at the time of organizational changes, there are distresses. And most often than not, it is easier to lay low and allow the tide or the pressure from the organization to move. If you're not able to make a concrete or sound decision which will then impact your career, don't just move with the flow, because it is at this time every individual within the organization is looking to themselves to execute their personal strategy. So you too must desire to execute an informed strategy based off of your own understanding. And then finally, number 5, jump ship. Explore new horizons and possibilities and pursue purpose with passion. So it is easier to jump ship, but it then means that you're beginning a new career in a new organization, be it internally or externally. It means that you have to apply yourself. It also means that you have to take in positive energy, new energy, and prove to the new organization why they hired you. But is this always the case? Not really. There are times where you just have to sit through the tide. You have to endure the pressure. The practical steps are clear, right? But what happens when you're filled with fear? When you're crippled due to your own life's obligations and demands? When this jumping ship ain't just for you, this organization has been your ideal place to work at, what do you do? When the changes are staring you in the face and you are not ready? I often try to look at the glass half full as opposed to half empty. I create all possible scenarios, both good and bad, and how this could impact my life. Playing every scene like a TV movie. Ultimately, I often turn to prayer to look at what the Word of God says regarding my life at this time and always. It's always easy to look at life as it presents itself, but there is what many call fate. Is it really fate, or your stars are being aligned for you? Either way, we must always watch the tide and make decisions that impact us. In my next episode, I am joined by Johnson Miner, who watched the tide and jumped ship. He found it all on the online space. Truly, we can now get legit jobs online. Join me as he shares how he got this swanky role online and is loving what he is doing.